come again.
Alright, so which I'll just watch some time lapse. I would have already gone over. I'll voice over it. But we have steering, the bumper exit, which I'll include a picture here. Is already there. Well, it's made. The hole is made, which was like the scariest part because I really didn't want to cut a hole in that really hard to find lower valance, but it's there. So now we'll go from here over there and it'll go out the bumper and I'll have all the pops and bangs and stuff. I finished, you gotta be careful, this is probably still toasty. I finished welded this. Finally, because I was here, so I remembered, but it's there, that's done. The rack, I need to stitch weld the brackets in. I'll do that tomorrow, so you guys will see that after this point in the video, because the bolt is allowing it to kind of do one of these. So I'm gonna put it in, I'm gonna line it up, and I'm gonna stitch weld it. Just put a couple 1-inch welds on either side of it. Should be plenty. It'll still have the bolts, but the bolts will be basically useless. But it'll line it up and then I can weld it. So that'll be there. And then we'll have steering. We'll have full steering on the car. I need to pick up the steering wheel. So this is centered. Let me see. There's a little V pointing to this hole, and that's centered. We have no sunroof because I was planning to use that piece of pink foam over there to make a template in order for us to make, or in order for me to make like a carbon or a fiberglass cover, but that's too short, so I'm gonna turn that on my way home and buy a bigger sheet so that I can cover the whole thing. And then what I'll do is it's gonna protrude above the roof line, so I'll sand across and I'll get it to where it's flush all the way across and everything. And then I'll probably take a little more off around the edges to account for material thickness. And then I don't know if I'm gonna try that or I'm gonna find a buddy that knows how to do it and let him do it and just pay him to do it, because I don't really know. I'll get supplies and stuff, but all these rib nuts have failed. Kind of one of those, like, it's one of the first things I did with rib nuts, so I'll take all these rib nuts out. And then that'll give us a sunroof cover, sunroof plug. The other sunroof was a temporary thing. I tried it, it worked-ish, but we're gonna do something better. We're gonna improve it, we're gonna do better. But yeah, so once I have a new steering wheel, we should have complete steering in the car. This is fully connected. You'll see that in the video. We have 4 1/4 full turns both ways, so it's pretty damn well centered and I'm happy about it. That's gonna do it for right now. I will see y'all in the morning. All right, we go 1, 2. Wheel should be about straight because it's like 2 1/4 to straight. 3, 4, and lock. That is lock to lock. Have to go back. 1, 2. Wheels about straight. That's the top. That's our fat lock in there. So I'll adjust the actual. Ooh, that one's tilted out. I'll have to adjust the brake alignment with the tie rods, but Alright, everybody. Due to the fact that I have already shown this once, I didn't bother recording any of the process. I also kind of just came in and like super squirreled. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna bring this one piece in, check a couple things out, maybe I'll work on it a little bit, and then I just, yeah, squirreled. So the nose is officially mostly one color. There's 2 colors now instead of like 6. It's primer and blue. The blue is gonna go away. I just don't have time today to prep those fenders because the fenders are like an hour plus a piece. So I did what I could do in the time. The bumper is primed. Yes, the molding is also primed. Because I don't know if I'm gonna color match it or not, so I just primed the whole bumper. That nose panel is gonna go up. If you notice, there's no big old hole. That's our street one. It's 6 bolts to change that out to the race one. But now, the turbo, that you can just loosely see through this hole, because I have to move this up a little, is covered for street driving. So like, we're not gonna eat a rock or a gecko or a small child. That's covered. The primer is technically a different color than I used last time. You can see that's a light gray. This is like a dark gray. That's fine. But that's my squirrel moment for the day. Question, do we paint this? Do we leave it black? Big ass mouth on. Yeah, I kind of like the black look, like the offset, but at the same time, like color match might be cool too. It's just ABS, it's some form of plastic, so it's not super aggressive. But that's all the time I have for today, so I will see y'all in the morning. Switch it. Okay, so as you saw in the time lapse, this is all welded. Whole thing, including under there, everything's in, put back to place. We still need a blow-off valve, which is gonna go under that. The reason for that is mostly a cool effect. I'm gonna put it kind of in this corner, and then when it goes, it'll like, air will rush out of there. I think it'll be cool for kids to see when I'm at like a meet and they want me to put on the trans brake or whatever. Literally just for cool effect, because otherwise it would just kind of sit about here, and then just here. And the reason for that is because the purpose of a blow-off valve is to relieve the pressure going back to the turbo. So in line, when you think about it, when the throttle blade's open, it's like this, so throttle's open, air's rushing, this snaps shut, the air's trying to come back this way. So instead of having it in line with the flow this way, I want it in line with the flow backwards, because that's when it's gonna open and the flow is gonna wanna go that way, so I want it to evacuate. I've got the nose panel fitted. Look at how nice. I've got a couple of these push tabs on, and they're also installed on the hood. I'll put a picture up. So another one's gonna go here, another one's gonna go here, and then I mapped out, there'll be 3 from hood pin to hood pin, so essentially 1, 2, 3, and then there's going to be 2 here, and 2 on the other side, and then 3 along that end, and that's how this will get secured. I eventually want to replace the hood pins with the push tabs, maybe. I'm just not dead set on that yet. These suck it down just below this lip, which I'm happy about, because that means the air is going to come up and it's not going to get under there and try and rip the hood off. So I think it'll keep the hood from being removed from the vehicle forcefully longer, I hope. But that's it. I'm going to stitch all these videos together. It's essentially 2 weeks worth of coming in and doing what I can do when I have time. This is real life, guys. Building cars isn't what you see on YouTube, where You sit down, you watch a 40-minute video, and it's done. Ta-da! It's not. It's an hour a day here and there when you can. We're all human, right? So that's gonna be it for this week. As always, comment, like, share, subscribe, get up and get after it.